Have you ever felt a sudden unease when walking in the woods or an abandoned building, as if something was watching you from the shadows? Perhaps it was the Lustreaper, a shape-shifting demon that preys on the life force of its victims. With its alluring appearance and seductive powers, this creature has been the subject of legends and many eyewitness accounts throughout history. But beware, encountering the Lustreaper can be a dangerous and potentially deadly experience. So join us on this cryptid expedition as we explore the dark and mysterious world of the Lustreaper and learn how to protect yourself from its deadly charms. The Lustreaper is said to be a shape-shifting creature that can take on any form it desires, including that of a human. It is said that the creature appears differently to each person who sees it, depending on their desires and fears. Some people describe seeing a beautiful, seductive figure that lures them in with its charms. Others report seeing a terrifying monster with razor-sharp claws and fangs. And still, others report seeing a shapeless entity that seems to shimmer and shift before their eyes. The creature's ability to appear differently to each person who sees it has made it difficult to identify and track. It is said that only those with strong willpower and a pure heart can resist its seductive powers and see through its disguises. But despite its shape-shifting abilities, the Lustreaper always reveals its true form when it feeds on its prey. Its appearance is said to be a horrific sight that few can bear to witness. One of the main goals of cryptid expeditions is to document the true history of our world, and in order to identify the origin of the Lustreaper, we must look back into the distant past. In ancient times, there were two powerful and opposing factions of otherworldly beings that were known as the Malum and the Bonum. The Malum were malevolent creatures that fed on the life force of humans and other beings, while the Bonum were benevolent creatures that used their powers to protect and heal those in need. The Malum became envious of the Bonum's abilities. They launched an attack on the Bonum's realm with the intention of stealing their power. The ensuing battle was fierce and long-lasting, with both sides suffering heavy losses. However, the Malum eventually emerged victorious and captured the Bonum. They forced the Bonum to create a new creature, one that combined the powers of both factions, and thus the Lustreaper was born. A creature of darkness and desire. It was imbued with the seductive powers of the Bonum and the life-draining abilities of the Malum. It was a powerful and fearsome creature, capable of manipulating and controlling humans and other beings with ease. Over time, the Lustreaper became a legend, a creature that haunted the dreams of humans and fed on their desires and fears. Its shape-shifting abilities and unpredictable nature made it even more feared and mysterious, and it remains one of the most dangerous creatures in the realm of the supernatural. The Lustreaper seduces people because it feeds on their life force, which it needs to survive. Its true goal is to drain the vitality of its victims, leaving them weak and powerless. However, the creature is not simply motivated by hunger or a desire for power. It is also driven by a deep sense of loneliness and longing, as it is the only known member of its species. A being of both malevolent and benevolent energies, it is torn between two opposing forces and is unable to find its place in this wild, strange world we live in. This existential crisis has led the Lustreaper to seek out human companionship, hoping to find some sense of connection and purpose. However, the creature's desire for connection is ultimately destructive, as it must drain the life force of those it seduces in order to survive. Its true goal, therefore, is to satisfy its hunger for vitality, even as it struggles with the emptiness and isolation of its existence. The Lustreaper can be found in dark and misty forests, abandoned buildings, and other places where the shadows are deep and the air is thick with mystery. Its physical description is that of a beautiful and alluring creature with long hair, sharp claws, and eyes that seem to glow in the darkness. Throughout history, there have been many eyewitness reports of the Lustreaper, from ancient legends to modern-day sightings. People have reported feeling a sense of unease or fear when in the presence of the creature, as if their life force is being slowly drained away. If you encounter the Lustreaper, it's important to stay alert and avoid its seductive charms. Stay in groups, protect yourself, and seek the help of experts if necessary. The best way to survive an encounter with the Lustreaper is to resist its allure and run for safety. In the end, the Lustreaper remains a mysterious and alluring creature that continues to capture my imagination. From ancient legends to modern-day sightings, its influence is felt throughout history. But one thing remains clear. Encountering the Lustreaper can be a dangerous and potentially deadly experience. So stay vigilant, and remember to protect yourself from its seductive powers. For in the shadows, the Lustreaper may be watching, waiting for its next victim to prey upon.